Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video of Ivan's Wheels. So, Hyundai's N Line range in India comprises of the Venue N Line and the I20 N Line, and if you're looking at buying one of those, you might be a little confused as there are many similarities between the two models. So today, I'm going to help you decide which is the right vehicle for you. This video is going to be split into 5 sections: the performance, the features, the practicality that the car offers, the exterior and interior, and then finally the price and the final verdict. But first up, let's get the main thing out of the way. What is the N Line thing about? So, N Line is basically what AMG is to Mercedes or M Sport is to BMW. Another example, what the RS division is to Audi. So basically, N Line is the sporty division of Hyundai, which enhances the cars to make them nicer and more enjoyable to drive. So the Venue and the I20 both get the N Line treatment, so they get a better suspension setup as well as better handling, which makes them nicer to drive compared to the standard vehicle. As you know now, the entire N Line thing is about the performance of the vehicle. So let's start off the video by discussing about that very thing. So the Venue N Line and the I20 N Line share the same engine as well as the transmission. So it gets a 1 litre turbo petrol 3-cylinder engine producing 120 horsepower and 172 Nm of torque. Now the differentiator here is that the I20 gets an IMT transmission, an intelligent manual transmission, whereas the Venue is offered only with the DCT or the automatic transmission. Now both these vehicles do not get a manual transmission. However, with the I20 you do have the option of an IMT. The second difference here is that the Venue N Line gets drive modes. So you have the various drive modes like Eco, Normal, Sport, whereas with the I20 N Line you don't get that. There's just one standard setting which you use. Since the Venue is a compact SUV, the ride height is a little higher compared to the I20, which might very slightly affect the handling. However, the difference will be minuscule and you'll only notice it if you drive both the cars back to back. Let us now talk about the feature differences between the Venue N Line and the I20 N Line. And features is something very important in these cars, as the N Line variants are targeted towards the younger clientele. Now a major differentiator here is that the Venue gets a dual camera dash cam. Now what that allows you to do is it allows you to take videos, photos, time lapses while you're driving, which is very cool, but it also does the most important function of a dash cam, which is if there's an accident while you're driving or someone tries to rob your car while it's parked, it takes the footage of that which you can later retrieve, so it's really helpful as well. Another difference is that the I20 N Line gets a 10.25-inch touchscreen, whereas the Venue gets an 8-inch unit. The UI is pretty similar as well as the functionality. However, the I20's is slightly more responsive and slicker. The Venue gets hill start assist as well as hill hold control, which is missing on the I20. Coming to the next important thing in a car of this segment, which is the practicality. Now there's only one primary difference here, which is the Venue's boot is 350 liters, whereas the I20's is 311 liters. So you will be able to fit a fair bit more luggage in the Venue's boot compared to the I20. Also, the Venue being slightly taller compared to the I20, the ingress and egress will be slightly easier. Let us also discuss about the exterior and interior differences as well as similarities. Now, these cars being two completely different products, they don't have many similarities. However, both of them get the N Line treatment, which means they get these cool red accents throughout the car, and the grills on both the cars are totally different compared to their standard counterparts. So you get this really cool checkered flag like grille in black, and I absolutely love the way that looks. Really gives it the sporty vibe. And the interior layout of both the cars is totally different, not many similarities there. The Venue for the back seat gets a two-step recline feature which the i20 does not get. Now let us discuss about the price, which will be the deciding factor for many. Now the starting price of the i20 N Line is rupees 10.19 lakh rupees. All prices I'm mentioning are ex-showroom India, whereas the starting price of the Venue N Line is rupees 12.67 lakh. Now the point to note here is that the i20 base variant comes with the IMT transmission, whereas the Venue comes with the DCT transmission. That's why the pretty large price difference. Now if you want the N Line package in the cheapest form, the best way to go is the i20 N Line base variant with the IMT transmission, which as I mentioned earlier is for rupees 10.19 lakh. Now a better way to compare the price difference will be to consider the top variants of both the cars, which for the i20 N Line is rupees 12.31 lakh and the Venue is 13.81 lakh. Now that's a price difference of rupees 1.5 lakh. Now for that money on the Venue, you'll get the added practicality of a compact SUV, and many Indians prefer a compact SUV compared to a similarly priced hatchback. Now I'll share something with y'all, is that about a month and a half ago we bought an i20 N Line, the N8 DCT variant, so that's the top variant. Now the reason for us to choose the i20 over the Venue is that the 1.5 lakh difference, the stuff that the Venue gets you, we didn't really need that, considering it's primarily used for city and occasional highway runs. It's not used for outstation trips, so we didn't really need the larger boot. And the i20 N Line personally appealed to us more. It has that hot hatch vibe which the Venue simply does not have. So for 1.5 lakh cheaper, the i20 felt like the better deal to us. But if you're looking for more practicality in your N Line car, the Venue is the way to go. So to conclude, I would advise you, if you want a comfortable car to drive in the city, and it's also really fun to drive on your favorite twisty road, go for the i20 N Line. And after owning one for almost 2 months now, I can assure you that you won't regret it. Absolutely spectacular car. However, if you want the added practicality of the Venue, like the higher ground clearance, slightly more space, larger boot, you can spend extra on the Venue, which I suspect will also be just as good as the i20 N Line. So there you have it. I've also reviewed the i20 and the Venue in N Line form and the standard form in the past. So I'll link all those 4 videos in the description below. If you like this video, please don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to never miss any of my new uploads.